right, we're back. We're doing work outside the shop today. We're actually test driving a Citroen 2CV. I think it's a 77 2CV6. It's a 602 CV, 602cc with the disc brakes. And I've had this car for a little while, and I've been meaning to test drive it because it needs to be driven. I want to make sure it stops straight, drives good for the customer. She's going to come pick it up tomorrow. I'm going to take it to lunch and meet some friends and see what they think. Maybe they'd like to go for a ride. I don't know. Stops pretty good. It's a little touchy on the brakes, but we're going to see if we can sort that out just by driving it. The brakes were all covered in oil, and I cleaned them up, and it still doesn't stop perfect, but it's much better. It's so much fun with the dash shifter. Put it in third gear. Here we go over a speed bump. This should be incredible. Oh, these things are bouncy. Okay, so we're out driving the Citroen 2CV, and we picked up a passenger. Hello. How do you like riding in the 2CV?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Brings back French memories.
German memories.
German memories. Okay.
Yes.
That's almost as good. European. Super fun. We're going to turn left here. Oh, it's already in the right gear. It's hard to film and drive. Okay, so I just dropped my friend off at her house. I'm driving a little 2CV around. It's a fun little car. I'm not totally happy with the brakes. They're better, but not totally a straight stopper. So let's pick up some speed here. I'll show you what I mean. So we're in second gear. We'll get up to like probably 30 miles an hour. It's about 60 kilometers. And I'm just going to jam on the brakes. I'm going to take my hand off the wheel and watch what happens. Pulls right for the ditch. With a passenger in here, it's better, but for whatever reason, the brakes on the right side of the car work much more better or grabbier than the left side, and I don't know how to figure that out. It's bothering me. I'm gonna put it back on the rack and check it out again. But other than that, it drives pretty good. All right, so I don't usually let cars dictate my standards, but this little Citroen 2CV has been pushing my limits. I've been working on this thing for a while, and it sat for a couple years and atrophied, and it had a couple of weird issues. Didn't run good, had a flat spot in the carburetor, and the brakes all leaked. All the fluid leaked out on the pads, and it's caused uneven braking. The more I drive it, the better it gets, but I don't like giving a car back to the customer with pulling brakes. This one I might make an exception because it has been getting better and better the more I drive it. And if she just drives it regularly instead of letting it sit, it might be good. So let's see, how do you start this thing up? Let's do a little test here. Turn the key on, pull the choke on. Fires up pretty good. Choke is on all the way. Oop, tight on me. There we go. And now it's too much. Push that choke in there a little bit. Put her in gear, take the brake off. See how she stops in the parking lot here. Straight as an arrow, of course. So let's let this thing warm up a little bit and we'll talk about it. Control. It's a great little car, but I like to stay ahead of the game and keep cars sorted out for the customers. I don't want them to jam on the brakes on their way home and have it pull them into the ditch or into the oncoming lane, which would be even worse. But I think I'm going to write up a little documentation letting the customer know and have them drive it and just give me some feedback. Basically, I'm just being honest with the customer that It will work itself out, but it'll take a little driving. The more I drive it, the better it gets. Flat spot seems to be going away. The brake pulling seems to be going away. Stella's happy. She wants to go for a ride in a little Citroen 2CV. But typically I like to have cars perfect for customers. I just have high standards. So this one, I'm afraid unless I start rotating pads or replacing calipers or brake parts, that it's not going to be perfect. And that's not me. So I'm going to take it around the block here one more time and make sure that it's up to my standards a little bit better before I release it. And I think this will be the last time we see it for a while. Hopefully next time it comes in, it'll be in better shape. What do you think, Stell? You can't go for a ride. You get your hair in there, but to make sure it's safe for the customer.